Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in for another edition of Behind the Mic in our MusicTown studios here in downtown Detroit on a cold, snowy day. More snow coming here soon. You probably see that falling as we're going through this hour with our special guest today, which is Miss Carmen. Hi.
Hello, hello.
Hello. For all of you thinking there was going to be pajamas in here, they had a little sickness going on. We'll get them in later. So today you've got a special guest. Thank you for filling in at the very last minute. We appreciate that.
Anything for you.
Oh, that's sweet. So sweet. Thank you. Well, thank you for coming in and entertaining us today.
You are so welcome.
I'm a little disappointed you didn't wear your tiara today, though.
I know, my crown.
Your crown.
You know, I have to leave it behind sometimes because of my hairstyles. It doesn't go with everything. And I said, we need to think about crowns that I can wear without them having to be on my head. So maybe like a brooch or something.
That's
something to keep the crown essence going. It all started from a song I wrote called All Hail the Queen.
Okay.
And then I got the crown for the video. And then I was like, you know what? There's no sense in having this amazing crown and not wearing it everywhere I go. Thank you. But sometimes I do have to leave it because of my hairstyle.
Okay. Well, yeah, because that's kind of like your brand.
It is. It is. So, it's in my logo. It's on everything. Absolutely.
Yes. So you need something else if you can't work with the hair.
Yeah. I try to like the hair is the crown. Like the curls are the crown. You have to imagine it here.
There you go.
Here it is.
Okay. All right. Yeah, when I walked in, I was like, hey, she doesn't have her crown on. It's the first thing I thought of. But if you want to, if you're not familiar with her crown, just go to her website or just Google Miss Carmen and you'll see the crown.
Yes, you will see it.
The crown. Very cool. All right. Well, crownless with you today, but that doesn't matter. It's all about the music.
Yes.
And I was reading through your background, and this just blew me away. That how young you started and how you started, and you were writing songs about your preschool friends.
Yeah.
Okay, preschool, that is like
three and four years old. Yeah, my mother's a songwriter.
Okay.
So she always, from the very beginning, was very encouraging to my creativity. So she literally would set up a mini recording studio almost at the house.
Yeah.
So back then it was cassette tapes.
Yeah.
So we made a lot of cassettes in our apartment, and I had a drum set, which was a box, and I would have my box set up with my little drumsticks, and she would just record for hours, and I would just be rapping and singing about my friends, make new friends, keep the old, one is silver, the other's gold. Any preschool song I heard, I remixed it and made it my own.
Cool.
And then by 5, I was heavily steeped in Anita Baker and Aretha Franklin at that point. So at 5, I was she said I was performing for the bus. We didn't have a car. I'm from the East Coast, Philadelphia.
Yes.
So public transportation is the main thing. I didn't even get a driver's license until 21, so it wasn't a thing. So on the bus, sometimes it's an hour-long ride.
Oh, wow.
I would stand up on the seats, and my favorite song was that Aretha Franklin, I've never loved a man the way that I love you. So I would literally be standing up on the seats you're no good, heartbreaker, at 5. So very dramatic childhood, very dramatic, yes.
So the people getting on and off and hearing you sing, it's this is the entertainment route. Okay,
yeah. They encouraged me. No one was get your kid and be quiet. So I appreciated it. So
so you must have had a good voice even at 5.
Probably, yeah. I would say.
Yeah. We may as well. Let's just say that.
Yes.
We can't go back and prove it or not, but I'm sure you did.
Yes.
So that would have to be entertaining. If I was, on a bus, trying to get home from work, it was a, terrible day at work or whatever, and I have this brightness, on this ride home of this 5-year-old girl standing up on the bus, just belting it out. I think that would be cool.
Yes, I hope. I don't have any negative memories about it, so I imagine they appreciated the talent. Because you're really self-centered at 5, so I was only worried about the show I was doing. So I do remember doing it. I just don't remember the reception, but I'm sure it was received well.
Yeah, were people throwing you the change?
Oh, I used to get tips all the time because my father was a taxi cab driver.
Okay.
So I would also ride around with him. This is before all these seatbelt laws, and I look back oh my God. I was really small, sitting on the front row of his taxi cab all over the city.
Oh, yeah.
But I would serenade the back seat, and instead of tipping him, they would tip me. And so at the end of his route, I would have a wallet full of cash.
My goodness.
It was a good childhood. Good childhood.
Yeah. Oh, that's when you can have those memories, and then growing up, you have the the whole, the center of what you're all about stems from when you're growing up and you have those experiences. I mean, driving around in your dad's taxi cab, that's pretty amazing, and
Yeah.
I'm sure you ran into so many different people, maybe
Yes.
even, maybe not consciously, but subconsciously hearing these things of, other people, adults in the back seat, and it's all just kind of soaking in, I mean, at that age, you take it all in. I mean,
Yeah.
your brain is just absorbing everything and anything. So, yeah. Oh, and no seatbelts. Oh, yeah. All of our moms did this. When the brakes go on, the arm goes. Hold the kid from going through the window.
Thing. Everyone hop in the back of the station wagon. My babysitter had like the wood panel station wagon, and all of her kids and the one she babysat would just get piled into the back. Like, we're going to the store. Like, yeah, it was wild being raised in the 80s.
Well, even I'm several years older than you, and even back then, I mean, I was from the big old station wagons. I mean, there were 9 of us in the family, so they were all crammed in there, and and just no seatbelts.
Nothing.
Isn't that amazing?
No car seats. Like
we survived.
We're here. We made it. We persevered.
Yeah, I just love that story though. I just am trying to imagine, this 3-year-old, 4-year-old, banging on a box and writing songs about friends in preschool. That is really cool.
Yeah, my mother, she reminds me all the time. She's like, you've always been a songwriter, right? Because I took a break for a while. I went to college. I did like the gospel choir thing in high school. And then like for 10 years in Detroit, I just sung cover tunes. I just was, I was in a cover band, a Motown cover band named Icon. And we mainly kind of like did the old folks home circuit, I like to say. And so I was like a big hit at the retirement communities for years.
You got to start somewhere.
You got to start somewhere. So I was singing at the retirement communities. Most requested jams are Dancing in the Street. And I used to sing a good Etta James. So they loved that Etta James at last.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a classic.
Yeah, so I got lots of requests for that. So I stayed in that pocket for a while. And it wasn't until 2016, when I got divorced. I was in an abusive marriage, and I got divorced and finally left my abuser in 2016, and I felt free. And so the first song that I wrote, the poem I wrote was called Finally Free, which ended up being the framework for my first song on my album called Greatness. And then that was what my first album was called, and that's how we got there. But it was all because of just my creativity being nurtured at such a young age. Like my mom didn't say like, sit down, be quiet. Like she just encouraged it and dragged me to the studio with her. And I tell my mom all the time, like, you need to give me some of those songs. Like she writes some phenomenal songs, and luckily she did bless me with one song she put on my new album. So, you guys will get to hear some of my mom's stuff in the future.
Very
for
cool.
Sure.
Yeah, if she's got she's probably got tons
she got
of songs.
a catalog, man.
Yes.
And she's not even out. She never put out, because back then you had to have a deal. There wasn't like YouTube. There was no like, we can go and just distribute this on DistroKid and do our thing. So now I'm living in very blessed times where you can create all your music yourself. Me and Mel have produced a lot of tracks together and independently published all of them. And so that's a blessing that we now have.
Yes.
But back then, it was fighting, hoping somebody picks up your cassette tape and listens to it. So I'm very blessed and grateful for the opportunities I have today.
Does your mom sing as well?
She does, yeah. But now she's more so singing gospel, and she sings African gospel. So she sings in different African languages. And yeah, it's really a little pocket she's gotten into where she's like embraced her heritage and culture and learned some songs in different languages. And she sings at a lot of different African denomination churches, and she does her thing, man. She sounds beautiful. She sings the South African national anthem, like I think better than some of the South Africans I've heard sing it. She's really talented, so I'm just blessed to come from good stock.
So do you ever have a plan to do a mother-daughter album?
She doesn't even want to. She just wants to give me her music. And we sound so similar. No one would even know that the voices have changed out. But she's more like wants to just kind of push me into the spotlight. And she's like, do your thing. And she doesn't even want to like,
loving mother.
Yeah, she's just like,
she doesn't need to be up front. Just,
yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah,
that's sweet. What's her name? Let's just throw
Rose. Her name is
Rose.
Rose.
All right, Rose.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Why don't we hear a song?
Yes, so we're gonna do greatness. I'll tell a story about this song. So I always tell people because I am an advocate for awareness of domestic violence. It does happen under our noses. You might not even know it's happening to friends in your circle. When I was being abused, I didn't tell anyone, and so
Pretty typical.
it was a surprise to a lot of people that my seemingly nice husband was being so mean to me. When I wrote this, I wasn't feeling very great, but I like to tell people this song is an affirmation. And as I said it, the more and more I sang it, I got stronger and stronger. And when I brought it to Mel, it didn't even have any music, so he lived with it for a few days, and then called me 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, I got it.
I got it.
I got it. I got the chords.
Well,
so you're gonna hear some magic today. This is me and his baby. This is greatness.
Yeah, when it's 4 o'clock, it doesn't matter what time it is. If you got a great song ready, you out here.
I was like, I'll put my phone on Do Not Disturb next time. But I was glad he woke me up. It was fantastic.
All right.
So here we go.
As I expound upon this lyrical theory, I am repeatedly introduced to a new level of me. Who am I to deny this energy in my veins? You thought you knew me once, but I am not the same. I am a new me, miscalculated, uncontrolled. I found my soul, my destiny. This is a new story I'm writing. I dare you to be free. Get like me, get like me. Be who you wanna be. Who's to call? Who's to blame? Judging me, you've gone insane. 'Cause I'm on the precipice side. Greatness, 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 greatness. It's greatness in me. Here I am, who I be, finally me, finally free. I can breathe. No longer stifled by your negativity, held back by all your insecurities. Free indeed, free at last. I warned you I'd be a vision of your past. I warned you that slick talk grip on me couldn't last. But you drank that Henny, got pumped up, and got way too confident. Way too fast. You saw fellowshipping with friends as conspiring with the enemy. Clocked my every movement, told me when and where and how to be. Convinced my poor weak soul I was fat, stupid, and ugly. You told me my own mama didn't want me. But now like a phoenix I rise and fly free. Once blind, now I can see all of life's infinite possibilities. Destined to be all of me, not just what I'm allowed to be. The loud me, the proud me, the strong me. The so what if I get it wrong me. The not stepping on the scale every day me. The not worried about my hair me. The never apologizing for my constant affirmation and always yay me. The walking away from anybody that ever doubted me. His greatness is greatness, greatness is greatness in me. Well, who can
you who. Who?
Nobody. Nobody. Nobody stops me now. Nobody stops me now.
And that's that piece.
Wow. Wow.
Thank
wow,
you.
Wow. That was amazing.
Thank you.
And there's things in there that, a lot of people would never admit to or whatever. I don't know how much it's at 100% true or whatever.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my gosh. So,
Yeah, it's a transparency.
Yes.
Like I feel like I have to be transparent. I can only really. I'm a soul artist. I do soul music, and it's meant to invoke an emotion. And I gotta give you. I gotta give you a piece of my soul with every track. And like that one was just an important one to get out. Like it was an important part of the journey. Like I had to overcome all of that. 12 years of someone attacking me emotionally, physically. Like I would like literally go to events and I would try to stay at them. I would be the first person there and the last person to leave because I already know that car ride home, he is about to break down every move I made. You talked too long to this person. I didn't like when you said this, and you touched your hair too much over here. I mean, just completely controlling and narcissistic. And I lived with that, thinking that, it's okay. He's just a little upset and taking a lot of blame for how he was treating me, not knowing, that I deserved better. He had tricked me into feeling like that this was, we were college sweethearts. So he tricked me into thinking like that this was the story, we were supposed to stay together. And I woke up one day and was like, you know what? This is too much. This is too much. I cannot do this for like another 20 years. I've been looking at his parents and they were married for so long. And that was like, one of the reasons why I thought we were meant to be together. Like, yeah, everyone in his family, we were the first divorce in his family. And I was like, oh God, like I can't be the first one to divorce him. Like to divorce in the family, like all his siblings were married. It was a lot of pressure to conform to those standards. So like you go to college, you find your husband, you have some babies. And like, I also, one thing I like to be transparent about is that I have fertility issues. And one of the things that really sunk our relationship was how he treated me because of that. And he made me feel, he made me feel like I owed him. He said it was a shame that I had him out here with no seed. And I'm like, wow, like this is something medical I can't help, And so I dealt with that for many years trying to get pregnant for him, and then all to do the IVF and get pregnant with twins. And then I lost them at 6 months.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm telling you, it was a horrific experience. But the most painful thing was his attitude towards it. Like literally when I was giving birth, he was standing at the door of the hospital room with his hat and coat on, like, hurry up and push them out. Like, let's get out of here. Yeah, it's been traumatic. So like to be where I am now, to be in this fullness and just in this balance that I have, it's a hard fought balance.
Yeah. Well, knowing you now, I mean, and when I've ever seen you, it's like I would not imagine that was your life. That was certainly a turning point.
Yeah, that's why I speak out about it, because I want anyone in the darkness to know that there is light. There is light. Don't let that person, that's convincing you or trying to, get in your mind and convince you to, squash down your goodness. Those people that are telling you you're too much, stay away from them. You should be able to be free. One of the lines in there is destined to be all of me, not just what I'm allowed to be.
Yes.
And that's the main purpose of my life. Anyone coming against what I want to be, what I'm destined to be, like trying to put restraints on me and telling me things that I'm allowed to do, you got to exit stage left. Exit stage left.
Quickly.
Wow.
And that's what narcissists, I mean, that's their whole
Yes, I've read some books on narcissists. Apparently, I have a few in my life that I need to stay away from, because they're friends. They can be anybody, so you have to watch out. It's not just our lovers. It can be anyone in your life that has that type of effect, for sure.
Well, what a great song to express those things and let other people know, you don't have to be in this situation. And I mean, and so this obviously was a huge turning point for you.
Yes, absolutely.
Was this the first song that you wrote? It was like you just got it all out there.
Yeah, so I ended up leaving him one day after just a really bad rant, and he was chasing me with a knife through the house.
Oh my gosh.
It got violent. There was physical, emotional abuse. I speak out because there's people living with this.
Yes.
And That day I had to literally run out of my house and get out of there like on my bike. I literally pedaled my way out of his life and called a friend from the Church's Chicken down the street, like, come get me. Like, so that next day I wrote that poem that's in that song.
Yeah.
And then like in the coming weeks, the greatness came, the first part of it. And then I put it together and started working with him, and it became what it is today. And like sometimes I watch the video from when I first started performing it and then now, and you can see the growth, you can see the confidence. I'm just so grateful because it hasn't just been, you know, me doing this alone. It's been the support system. It's been,
you need that.
Yeah, it's been great friends like Mel and just other people in my life, other, you know, mentors in my life that have really just encouraged me, like, sis, you got some good talent, just keep pushing. And you know, and then all the songs weren't as sad. You know, we've got some happier songs, but you know, I feel like my first album, Greatness, was just like a diary. It started from that, and then every song we built it out and let you know, like, you know, hey, I'm a different creature now. Like,
so by the end of it, it was I'm good.
Yeah, like one of the lines in Greatness is, "This is a new story I'm writing." So we're writing the new story now. Like, I don't have to be defined by my past. Like, you know, I'm not a victim. I'm a victor. I'm a survivor. You know, and I let everyone know that I'm a survivor. Like, and now when you see me, you see nothing but light shining.
Oh yeah,
like nothing but light shining.
You know, the first time I met you was like bubbly and just like, I mean, you overtook the room, kind of, you know, which is a good, you know, I mean, you're just like if you say who's that, it's like, oh, that's Miss Carmen, of course, you know. I mean, you know, there was just this aura around you. It was, I mean, you exuded, man, you know, happiness and fun, and you know, just like.
It's my new life, man. I feel like I got a new lease on life. You know, everyone doesn't make it out. There are so many women. The week I left him, there was a story on the news about a woman who was missing. And they were with her boyfriend searching for her all over the city. And they found him in their home in the closet dead. And it's like, I didn't want to be that story. And I speak out so other women don't have to be those stories. You know, we can make it out. We can all survive this. Like,
and it's nice that you have an outlet in music.
Yes.
You know, which is, you know, so many times these, you know, everyone's just, you're kind of stuck. But you have this great outlet, and you're able to share your message and, you know, and release all your demons that were there, you know, through music, which is a good thing. And people can relate to music so well that it really will help a lot of people listening to your tunes.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I meet women all the time that, like, I'm just so blessed to have been able to share my story and that people hear it. Like, they don't just, like, bob to it. Like, they actually hear it and feel it. And, like, I opened for Belle Biv DeVoe down at the Soundboard maybe, like, last month. And afterwards, you would think, you know, I got lost in the sauce, right? I'm performing. No one knows me. There's, like, 3,000 people in the room, right?
Yes.
And so I stayed for the concert, phenomenal concert. And at the end of the concert, while we're all in the let-out, I'm just on the escalator, old layman me, just, you know, getting back to my regular humdrum life. And this woman chases me down, and she's like, oh my God, I just really appreciate you standing up for women. I appreciate your lyrics. I felt everything you said. And I was like, wow, like,
Goosebumps.
That's why I do it.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I'm so transparent and share my story, because there are women out here that need to hear that, and that it might make them take that step into their greatness and step away from their abusers. So, you know, I'll keep telling my story. I'm sure he's mad somewhere about it.
Pooey on him. Yeah, we don't want to even think about him. You know, whatever. So, all right, how about another song?
Yes. So this next one we're going to do is called Vibin'. It's a vibe. We're going to get to some happy feelings. So through the journey, I've met so many musicians, and I love going to open mics.
Mel's laughing over there.
Well, we go to.
Got an interesting story. Go ahead.
Well, we go to so many open mics, but this was like a freestyle at an open mic one day. Like, they have this thing, and they do like a cipher at the end where I was the house vocalist, so I was in charge of, like, kind of making it make sense between all the different rappers.
Okay.
So I would come up with the hooks. Okay. Like, just so everyone could kind of stay on a topic, so we're not all rapping all different, you know, things. And so this one day we just came up with Vibin', and then I took it to the studio with Mr. Melodic here, and once again came up with some magic. So we're gonna vibe out with y'all right now.
Okay.
Yeah, we rockin' and we riding and we vibing, yeah. Yeah, we rockin' and we we riding and we vibing, yeah. Yeah, we rocking and we riding and we vibing, yeah. Yeah, we rocking and we vibing. There's something magnetic about your energy. It's like you're on a special frequency. You're all I see, maybe it's me. My light shines so bright, a force you cannot fight. So pass the Dutch and get the light. Let's take flight, 'cause I reside on a mellow vibe. Let's spend time. Yeah, 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 yeah. 'Cause we rockin' and we riding and we rollin' and we vibing. Yeah, yeah, we rockin' and we riding and we vibing. Yeah, yeah, we rockin' and we riding and we vibing. Yeah, yeah, we rockin' and we vibing. Now vibing with me, well, it's a luxury. My energy, fountain of peace, you'll find release. Don't be a tease, precious ruby, amazingly. Stories untold, this girl's so cold. 'Cause we rockin' and we riding and we rollin' and we vibing, yeah. Yeah, we rockin' and we riding and we vibing, yeah. Yeah, we rockin' and we riding and we vibing, yeah. Yeah, we rockin' and we vibing. Come take a ride with me. Let's feel the breeze. Let's blow these trees. Oh, we rockin' and vibing, baby. Yeah, we rockin' and we riding and we vibing, yeah. Yeah, we rockin' and we riding and we vibing, yeah. Yeah, we rockin' and we riding and we vibing, yeah. Yeah, we rockin' and we vibing. And that's a vibe.
For sure. That's Mel on the keyboards. Mel Melodic.
Yes,
Mel Melodic. So when you go perform, are you the two of you, or do you have a full band, or what's?
We have a full band, The Greatness. We just can't always bring them all out. Like today, everyone's working.
Yeah.
You know, it takes a while to get us all together. But most of the time, it's just me and this fool. This is my homeboy, man, my brother. Like, we connected in a special way when we got together for music. Like, sometimes you just find your musical soulmate, man. This is it, man. We just a dream team. I feel like everything we've touched together has just banging songs, man. We just...
How long have you been together then?
We've been doing music for 2 years together.
Okay.
And I've made other songs with other people, and they're good, but I just feel like the ones we make are just like extra good. They're just magical. It could just be a bias, but I don't know. I'm just saying we did have a nominated album. Our album Greatness was nominated for Outstanding Urban Recording at the DMAs last year. So we're crossing our fingers this year. We're mentioned, and we're in phase 2. So we'll see at the end of the month what we get for a couple of tracks that we just
there's
put
one
out.
more phase to go.
One more phase,
Yes.
and then we'll have the official nominations.
Yes.
So hopefully, I got 8 coals in the fire, so hopefully one of those 8 hit.
Okay.
We're hoping.
Yeah. Well, you also won, and make sure I get the right dates. This all happened in 2019.
Yes.
Michigan State Fair Superstar.
Yes, I am the current Michigan State Fair superstar.
That's
that
cool.
was an exciting weekend for Team Greatness. So that was like a big thing.
Yeah.
So the mentors are Nadir Amawale and Jill Jack is in there, and we also have Grammy-nominated producer Maurice Piranha had heard on that. And so what happened was there were 70 groups, I guess, that submitted videos to get auditions. 40 people got to go to the live audition, and out of that 40, they picked 14 I was one of the 14. And then for Labor Day weekend, it's a 3-day competition. Well,
Right.
two-day really. So that Saturday, they narrowed it down to the top 5. And then that Sunday, I came out on top and got to headline on Labor Day. And it's been amazing ever since. It's just been a very exciting journey. I've gotten to record at Rust Belt Studios and work with some amazing people.
Yeah.
I have like a full orchestra on this next album.
Oh,
like,
fun. Ooh.
I'm super excited. It's
That'll
called
be good.
Soul Symphony. It's coming soon.
That'll be
Hopefully it will be done. We're in mix down phases, so hopefully early April we're looking to release Soul Symphony, our next project.
Yeah, I was wondering because you just released a single, so I was wondering if you were having an album.
Yeah, we've been just doing singles. I think I did 3 singles last year. I've been working with some hip hop artists, one named King Renegade, and he's the one that's on that All Hail the Queen track. And so since the magic worked good with him, we ended up doing a couple more tracks this year. So we did Lifetime, there's the video for that, and This Is Crazy. And also I work with a hip hop artist called 3269 Chais. And shout out to Chais. And we did the Greatness remix because he also has a song called Greatness.
Oh.
So we came together, put some positive
Mashed them together?
Yeah, mashed them together, did some positive.
I put that together.
He did. He did put that together. They were recording and he came up with the idea.
Yeah, but he showed me a song called Greatness. I'm like, hold on.
Yeah.
You gotta be my sis. You feel me?
Yeah.
And it's magic sense.
Yeah, and so it was
Very
good
cool.
to put a positive male energy on that. Like, look, all guys ain't bad. So we
nice.
put a good guy on it and came out with a Greatness remix that you can kind of, if you don't want to go all the way deep into the darkness, you can kind of stay on the surface level and still feel great. Get a
Okay.
little bit of the story. So,
that's cool.
Yeah, we got all 3 of those tracks up for nomination in different categories at the DMAs this year.
All
So
right.
if you haven't used your vote already, anyone watching, please vote for Miss Carmen.
All right, so you were the superstar at the Michigan State Fair, which that's a great event they do every year.
Yes,
in,
applications are open. So if any budding artists are, looking for an opportunity, if you want to be in my shoes, doing
They're
all
already
the,
doing that?
They're already taking
Okay.
applications. Yep,
Okay.
I just saw it. Actually, they released it in January. I'm late.
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh, okay. So go ahead and go to the State Fair, Michigan State Fair website, and the links are there to submit your videos. And good luck to you.
Oh, awesome. What else you got here? Detroit Singing Stars.
Yes, so I won the Detroit Singing Stars competition and got to sing the national anthem at the Tigers game.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, big fun, big fun. That was
That
a
would
good day.
I would think for singers that around the area that would be
It's the pinnacle. It's like
yes,
the
yes.
No, I feel like I'm someone now.
Well, just what are they? It holds 43,000 or something like that. It's like
Yes.
all these people staring down at you, and you're on this huge screen. It, like that would have to be the and I don't want to say swear here, but that would be it.
Yeah, I was a little nervous. I literally
But,
had my
you know.
pitch pipe right next to me, like I can't sing off key today. I'm like listening to my pitch pipe all the way up until 10 seconds before I got on the mic, like trying to make sure, but it went perfect.
Good for
Shout
you.
out to my vocal coach, Miss Shirley Smith, Journey Music Studios. She got me together, and I did a phenomenal job. I will say that. I'm going to put that.
Check that off the
positivity out.
bucket list.
Yes.
man. Yeah. I think that would be cool. I mean, every singer just to do something like that would be cool.
Yes.
You still have still 2019. What a year for you.
Yes.
Female R&B Artist of the Year.
Yes, the Detroit Black
Black
Music
Music
Awards.
Yes.
Yes, and I was
Wow.
nominated and I won that. Shout out to Misty Love. She is the president of that organization, and they just showed me so much love and gave me that recognition that I feel like I deserved. And it was just an amazing night. Like I got approached by a designer, and I got a custom gown made for the award ceremony,
Really?
and I got to
Ooh.
also perform at those awards
performed
too.
there, yeah.
And they let Mel take this, even though they have a house band, they let Mel take the stage with them. So I was very grateful that they let my bro get on stage, and it was a phenomenal night. So yeah, 2019 was amazing for me.
Yes.
And that was all in 1 month.
1 month.
That was
I'm
one-
thinking the year.
That was July. That was just July.
Oh, wow.
And what wasn't on my site is I also won a poetry slam that month
Oh, my
too.
goodness.
And I only wrote 4 poems in my life. I was like, wow, what a great month.
And you've hit some pinnacles here. It's like, okay, how high can you go? I mean, can you keep going?
We going. We going. We're just gonna keep
like
it
you
moving.
just don't know what'll be next
We
around the
don't
corner.
know what'll be next. I got some coals in the fire a few places, so we're just
Okay.
crossing fingers, and we're hoping to make this summer a phenomenal one again. So
Well, I have no doubts.
I received that. Thank you.
I mean, just your enthusiasm, just exudes, just.
Man, as long as I'm not going back where I was, listen, everything is up on the up and up around here. Like,
Amen to that. All right, Pam Exam. Question time.
what is this little jar?
Just some
Ooh.
random questions. Mel, you're welcome to answer if you have something you'd like to throw out here. So you have do have a mic. So,
Yes.
all right. If time and money didn't matter, what would you be doing?
Ooh. I would take my entire band and go to like an island somewhere and just make the album of the century. Like I just learned recently that there are recording studios that you can rent out for months, like in like Trinidad and like
Really?
in the Caribbean islands. Like they're like in these like beautiful houses that like can take like 10, 20 guests, and they have like recording studios in them. And then apparently like people that work at like big recording studios go to them all the time, and like Beyonce does it, and
Really?
she like, you know, records a whole album for like a month, just locks herself in like this luxury, you know, villa in Saint-Tropez or whatever. And I would love to do that, like just take Team Greatness, we're all in the islands with it, let's go. Like that would be the dream.
I could imagine the setting would really inspire.
Yes, like
Oh,
I
yeah.
recently
Oh,
learned
my
that
gosh.
Puff Daddy did that too.
Yeah.
Like he took a whole team of his folks out to Trinidad and rented out a studio, and they made a bunch of beats that became iconic songs in the early 2000s. So, man, if time and money didn't matter, man, we're out of here.
Kanye did it too.
He did too.
Yep, he took his whole squad out there and just had him creating and
Like when you don't have the
months.
pressures of like
Yes.
work and life, and you can just like be free, and I don't have to worry about, I could only afford 2 hours today. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
like you
yeah.
can really like go there.
Yes,
So
yeah.
that would be the dream, just to create freely like that.
And no outside, buses,
No
taxis,
distractions,
just
yeah.
Right.
sirens, I mean,
Yes.
nothing like that. Yeah. Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Let me know when you go. Mexican town, Greek town, or Cork town?
I would say Greek town. I mean, that's where I spend the most time. I love me some Five Guys.
yeah, it would be Greek town.
And there's a lot of little clubs. It's got that Exodus rooftop bar
Yeah.
down there that has some good entertainment most of the time. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and I like being in the heart of the city.
Pizza
Yes.
Populous.
We're so greedy. Are we hungry?
Yeah, I guess we're going somewhere where we down here. We're
We
going to hit
gotta
something.
go. We gotta go eat after this.
What do you miss? You're not that old, but I'm going to say this anyway. What do you miss about being younger?
No bills.
Yeah, no responsibilities.
No bills. Being able to just get up and be like, what's the day going to bring?
Right.
Now it's like, oh boy, let's make sure things are paid before we get on Amazon.
Exactly. Oh, right.
Like, let's make sure all the bills are paid before we go clicking one, but buy now.
Yeah. It's so easy to do.
Oh, they make it too easy. You can blink at your phone and you've ordered something. Facial recognition. It's ridiculous. Yeah, you literally look at it. It's like on the way. It's shipped. Like,
That day.
yeah. Stop
oh my
it.
Gosh. Is there a song, a person, or an event that inspired you to go into the music business?
Oh, with this music thing, I don't think I ever imagined going into the music. I fought it for many years.
Really?
But if
The
it,
business. You talking about the business.
yeah, like the business of music.
She was going to sing
I
regardless.
was gonna say regard, but the business of it, I really fought it for many, many years. Like it seemed kind of dark. It seemed like artists don't get there to be true to themselves sometimes when a label gets involved. But now that there's like this influx of independence
Yes,
artists,
yeah.
but I would say if I had to go back to when I got the bug to like maybe I should probably do this is Leela James. She's a not a very well-known artist, but she was at the soundboard not too long ago. But Leela James performed in Philadelphia. I was dating this keyboard player at the time. Before I was married, and he got me access into the show where I was like on the front row. And I think that she's very heavily influenced by James Brown, and she performed so phenomenally. And like she did the whole like with the cloak on her, like like doing the whole
Put on
I
the
call
show.
the religion. It was like a show.
Okay.
And I would say that kind of like put the bug in me, like, ooh, once I get a career, I might need to revisit this. Because I was always on like, I don't want to be the starving artist. So I went into childcare first, just some stability thing.
Right.
But I think that like a lot of times, especially when I'm performing and when I am thinking about, what's in the future for me, I think a lot about that show and that time period, just being blessed to be able to be in that first and second row. And at that time, I didn't even know who she was.
Yeah.
He was introducing me to her, and I was just like, oh man, who is this woman with this big, beautiful hair? And it was just an amazing night. So I would say that I got bit that night.
And you didn't follow her with a cape. You have the crown instead.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know about the cape thing. I've toyed with it sometimes.
No, I think the crown is good. Yeah.
Yeah. The crown's enough. The crown's enough.
Craziest fan experience.
Oh man. So I was at this block party, and this was when I was singing in a cover band, and
Okay.
I love Motown, man. I wasn't raised here, so a lot of this music is new to me, and so I'm like, spirited differently about it. Like people are like, oh, we're just tired of hearing those songs sometimes, but I'm like, yeah, okay, this bass line, like I'm into it. So I dance a lot on the mic, and like I was at this block party. It was like in the middle of a neighborhood, and like there was some, people, being influenced by some spirits, just, some drunk people in the audience.
Okay.
And this guy, like, legit tried to climb up on the stage and dance with me. And I was like, you know what? I don't know if I can handle this. Like, he was, like, literally, like, there's, like, a monitor in front of me. And he's, like, coming closer and closer. And then my guitar player is, like, moving towards me. Like, what is happening? What?
He's trying to block dude?
Yeah, he said, afterwards we talked about it, he's like, he didn't know if he was going to, like, have to hit him with the arm of the guitar. Because the guy was just, like, into me, like, yeah, sing it, sister. Like, it was crazy. So that was by far the craziest. It hasn't gotten that wild since. A lot of times the stages are a lot higher up these days.
Yes, yeah.
I prayed for better gigs, and thank goodness
I love that.
God has delivered me.
I could just see him going towards, like I'm ready to.
And I'm
block
trying to
this,
stay
like-
on the song. I'm trying to stay on cue. Like, what is happening? I'm looking to the right. Like, Delbert, you gonna get this fool? We can't stop the song. You don't want to be rude. I know he's just into the music.
Right.
He wasn't malicious intent or anything. He just was feeling it. And his
a little too
Michelob.
much.
I'll never forget that little Michelob. And he was just feeling it. And I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
That's funny.
Do you have a ritual before a performance?
Yes. Affirmations. Like, people would think like I'm somewhere rocking out, like getting hyped for a performance, but it's actually the exact opposite. I like literally everyone has to be quiet, zen. If I'm in an outdoor setting, I have my headphones on and I'm literally listening to he gets annoyed by it too. Like,
Oh, yeah, and then them bells and stuff.
get ding, Tibetan singing bowls and
Oh,
ding.
man.
Like, I have to everything has to be quiet, and then I emerge as Miss Carmen for the stage.
Oh, that's funny.
it
And then
is-
one thing we did as a team, we did put our hands together and pray.
Yes.
And then came up like team greatness, like that type thing.
So we
that's
do
basics.
come together. Let's
Right.
all touch and agree.
Okay.
That's like just some, down home stuff from
Yeah, it's
Baptist
basics,
church.
just basics.
Yeah, basics. But yeah, I got to get my own.
You don't,
on.
you
Yeah,
don't like
that's-
that? No.
That's a little weird to me.
It's weird.
I think it's really weird.
People meditate. I love meditation.
And then the sounds, it's just, my ears are real sensitive, so the sound of the bells like ding. I'm like,
Those singing bowls.
turn that off.
He hates it. I go to yoga, and I love when I go to this one yoga I go to in California, and she walks around with a big singing bowl and ding, and you can feel the vibration through your body, and I'm just really into it.
Okay.
It helps me find my zen.
Okay. Whatever floats your boat.
Fill in the blank. I wish I could.
I wish I could play the guitar.
Oh.
I bought a guitar
Give it
and
away, didn't you?
I did give it away out of frustration. I felt like there was this artist I loved that she didn't have a guitar that could plug in. So I gave it to her so she
Yeah,
could
she
just
can
have a
play.
better sound experience when she plays. She blessed it way more than I ever could. I was trying. Me and YouTube, I got frustrated. I'm going to buy another one, but I think I'm going to start with the keys this time. I think if I learned the keys better, it would translate to the guitar better. But yeah, I just wish I was an actual musician.
So you don't play any instruments?
No, I fiddle faddle, but nothing concrete.
Okay.
Get some time. I'm going to get some lessons.
Well,
so.
if you're going to learn the guitar, if you really want to learn the guitar, maybe not YouTube, maybe a guitar teacher?
Oh yeah, like an
Yeah.
actual guitar
saying.
teacher.
Hands on.
But
Right.
like
saying.
Nadir, I hang with Nadir all the time, and he loves to say he's not a good teacher. I'm like, Nadir, you're gonna have to
Really?
Yeah, he says he's not gonna be a good teacher, but he gonna have to do something.
Between him and
Between him and Piranha, somebody's gotta
Yeah.
teach me these friggin' guitar. Like, because a lot of it is I just want to look cool. That's like 80% of it, you know. I also would like to learn to write songs on my own because a lot of times I have to wait till I get with this guy.
Oh.
And but luckily he makes a lot of electronic like beats and tracks and stuff I write to. But it would be nice to just be able to just kind of like
sit down with the yes,
you know. But I would also look cool for Instagram. You know.
Funny.
What is the best thing to mix into ice cream?
I'm actually not a toppings person.
Okay.
I like vanilla.
The best thing I like to mix in ice cream is, y'all know the sweet and salty mix, the sweet and salty with the M&Ms.
Oh,
Yeah.
like a trail mix?
Yeah.
You put trail mix in
Oh
the
my
ice cream?
goodness, it's delicious.
I'm like the only person on the planet that like hates Cold Stone Creamery. I feel like they're messing up ice cream. I went there one time and they're like, "What do you want in it?" Nothing. Like, don't put any of this stuff in there. Like, I'm a vanilla girl. Just
Nothing wrong with vanilla.
vanilla. Is
plain
great.
vanilla.
Yes,
Maybe
vanilla.
maybe a
bean.
few peanuts, but
Yeah, peanuts, sunflower seeds, and M&Ms. Oh,
sunflower
you don't know what you
seeds.
missing.
sunflower seeds and ice cream.
Well, that's what's in the one he talking about, that cars
trail mix.
package.
Yeah,
that trails
yeah.
mix.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have an
Huh.
entire box. I like
know,
that, but I like
right.
to eat it. I don't know about putting it in my ice cream.
Okay,
I know
yeah.
what you missing.
What puts you in your happy place?
My happy place.
Maybe I shouldn't have asked this one.
Well, it's legal now in the city. Cannabis. I love cannabis. But,
Okay.
but other than that, good music. Good music. Just good music. That's really what.
She always in her happy place.
That's what
I am.
She just a
I can't
happy-go-lucky.
Yeah. That's what I said. I can't imagine her not. You know,
Right.
she's always.
I'm glad y'all say that. It was some dark years. That's why I just.
Well,
I
see,
live,
you're letting it out now.
I live
Yeah.
every moment to the fullest. I don't let anyone take me down at this point. Like, if I feel like I'm getting low, it's time to make some music, like, and just get back to that place. Like,
Love it.
For
Just
sure.
love your attitude. The whole thing. It's just. All right. Do you have a quirk or a pet peeve?
I hate when people spell things wrong. Like, there's, like, somebody had a restaurant called the Cannabis, no, not Cannabis, like the Caribbean Kitchen, and they spelled kitchen with a C, and it frustrated me so badly. I can't ever eat there. And people say the food is fantastic. I can't ever try it. Like, and then, like, there's, like, daycares. Like, I'm in the daycare industry, so I hate when people spell bright. Brite. There are so many daycares like across the country. Like when I was looking up daycare names, I should name my daycare Bright beginnings with Brit. How are you teaching the youth of America how to spell?
Right.
And you can't even spell bright right. So I really,
Well,
I
they
hate kids with a KIDZ. I just hate stuff spelled
For years,
wrong.
they said that kids thought spelling cheese was KRAFT.
Oh no! Oh jeez! No. Yeah,
I get it. I get it. It's
That's
like,
my pet peeve. I can handle like shortened words, but it's funny. Like now I'm a musician. Like we make words up all the time.
Yeah, we do.
Like because you have to fit the rhyming scheme sometimes. So you have to say things creatively to fit a rhyming scheme sometimes. But that somehow does not bother me. It's the misspelling of things.
Well, that's being a creative.
Yes, that has its lane.
Yes,
But,
yes.
Yeah, that's my pet peeve. You got any pet peeves over there?
Not really.
Yeah, he's easygoing.
Easy peasy. All right. If you were a spice, what would it be?
I think I'd be a little nutmeg. You don't put it in everything, but when you do, it just takes it
Make
up
it
a
pop.
notch. Takes it up a notch.
How about
I'll
you,
be
Matt?
pepper.
Pepper.
I put that in everything.
I thought she was going to say that. I'm not kidding. I thought she would have said pepper. Yeah. All right. One last one here. Let's see. All right. What's the best toy you've outgrown but still love?
A toy? I don't know.
No?
Are there any toys in my life?
You wish you were a kid again?
My bicycle, absolutely. I guess that's a toy technically. I still literally ride with a bike club. Like we go and we meet up at Eastern Market and
Slow rolled?
Yeah, well, slow roll too, but I have another bike club that I meet up with, and we will ride for 10, 12 miles on any given Friday. It's like being a kid again. And I have lights all on my bike. It's neon lit up, has a little basket on it. I pack treats and bring music, and I have a great time. So yes, I have not outgrown my bike.
You you don't have one with the banana seat and the handlebars. And
No, but I
okay.
want one. I want one. But I had to get a mountain bike because of the long rides. That banana seat doesn't handle my booty good. So I had to buy like this seat called the Cloud, and it's much better. Much better. Because that 10 miles, it's a lot of miles to be on that little banana boat. That's a hard seat. You don't want that.
No.
You're gonna have some injuries later.
No.
I guess it would be video games for me.
Okay.
You do still play video games. Him and his cousins.
Yeah.
We playing Mario
But
Kart.
I don't have one. You see what I'm saying? I haven't bought a video game in years, but I'll go over there and play sometimes.
Yeah.
They play Mario Kart. I can't even talk to them. If I'm over there and they start playing that game, I'm like, okay, guys, I'm going to tell Brandon to pick me up. I'm out of here. So, but they definitely play video games.
All right. How about another song, guys?
Oh, yeah, we do got one more song. So this song is called Home. It is actually the song. I feel like this is the song that won us the State Fair Championship. They give you a song of a different genre written by one of the past winners, and you have to rewrite it, make it your own, and represent it. So for the competition, there were 14 different versions of this song, but this is our version. It's originally by Carly Benz, who was the winner, I believe, in 2016. Yeah. I think so. But with her permission, it's going to be on my next album, Soul Symphony. And then I wrote probably about 25% of the song, rewrote it. And so this is it, man. We love this song. So let's hit it. I have gone away. I know I'm coming back, but something makes me stop in my tracks. It's like I've lost the will to go on. It's not the first time, certainly it's not the last, but this time I'm not letting go of my past. It's the place that's always here, it seems gone. Then I hear the song that you always sing when I ask you to play with me. It's the late night phone calls, the days we thought we had it all. It's the feeling of knowing that someone will catch you when you fall. It's the late night phone calls, the days we thought we had it all. It's the feeling of knowing that someone will catch you when you fall. And it's something like home. I'm never alone, I'm never alone. It's something like home. I'm never alone, I'm never alone. It's something like home. Baby, you're my home. All that you want is never crystal clear. It's mysterious. We keep going in fear, never sure of what's lying up ahead. You gotta make a choice. Do I stay or do I leave? I'm stuck in between reality and my dreams. Wishing you were here to help me clear my head. Then I hear the song that you always sing when I ask you to play with me. It's the late night phone calls, the days we thought we had it all. It's the fear
like home. I'm never alone, I'm never alone. It's something like home. I'm never alone, I'm never alone. It's something like home. Baby, you're my home.
Very nice.
Thank you.
And the upcoming album, which should be out when?
Early April. We're in the
Okay.
final mixdown stages. It's called Soul Symphony. It's produced by Mel. We've got Nadir producing on it, as well as Piranha Head. So it's some phenomenal stuff, man. We got Phil Hale playing keys on it sometimes. We got Takashi Leo on bass on some of the tracks. Matt Lemon's on drums. Up-and-coming acoustic guitar player named Jay Brown. So we got DJ Invisible on there doing some cuts. Mahogany Jones on there rhyming.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of different people came together and showed me some love, and
Very
it's
good.
an amazing project. Amazing.
Good for you.
Can't
Good
wait for you guys to hear it.
All right, it's been amazing. Thank you so much for coming in today.
you for
Mal
having me.
Melodic, helping out there on keys, and real quick, give your website so people can find you, or your social media best place to find you.
Best place to find me on Facebook and Instagram at Yes Miss Carmen. That's YesMsCarmen. Also, YesMissCarmen.com. You can catch me live upcoming in May at Jill Jack's Eleanor Fest. I'll be on that festival with Jill Jack herself and Thornetta Davis, Kimmy Horn, a lot of great female musicians on that. So
Yeah.
looking forward to that.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you again. It was great. Then thanks the last minute. Appreciate you being able to get
I
in here.
got
So
you.
thank you. She's got me. And thanks to all of you out there watching. We do appreciate you tuning in each and every week to our beautiful MusicTown studios here for Behind the Mic. Until next week, I'm Pam Rossi. Have a great week.